Traders, welcome to the live stream. How are we? We've got lots to do today. Not only have we got so much, sorry guys, just looking at other things. Not only have we got so much news coming out from the US, right? So let's focus on that first, okay? So at 1:30, the shit is going to hit the fan, right? There is so much news coming out, right? So normally, guys, NFPs, right? Normally fall on a Friday, but today it's going to be Thursday because tomorrow is 4th of July. So to our American viewers, happy 4th of July for tomorrow. Have a beer on us. So we've got NFPs, but we've got everything coming out. We've got initial jobless claims. We've got the unemployment rate as well, plus average hourly earnings, right? We've got lots of data coming out. And this could really decide if we, continue to see this American weakness or, could all this news coming out be the turning point for US dollar strength? We shall see. Or it could do absolutely nothing and be quite a damp squid, right? That's the news for you, right? We cannot predict it. So we've got our 1:30, guys. Please remind me, but, I'm going to remember this news because it is big. I'm also going to show you the trade that I took, guys. I am in this oil trade. Okay, so we'll take a look at the reasons for that very shortly as well. And also, guys, before I get started, I've got a little bit of sad news, but I'm a Liverpool fan. So one of the footballers, Liverpool players, Diego Jota, died last night in a car crash. So him and his brother. So RIP to Diego Jota. He was a great player and is so sad. He's only 28. He had his life ahead of him. So RIP Diego Jota. Right, guys, let's move on. All right, so let's take a look at this oil trade. Now, it's quite, again, everything I show you guys is common sense, shall we say. It's logical thinking. That's all price action really is. You just need to apply logic to the charts. And this is my logic, right? On the weekly chart, we were in this downtrend, right? We were getting lower highs, right? We stopped making lower lows, right? That's always a bit of a red flag. The trend could be changing. And then kapow, in the words of Batman, we're in an uptrend, right? We're getting higher highs. I know we had this massive sell-off, all geopolitical, obviously. The move up was geopolitical, the move down was geopolitical. But where we are now is in an uptrend at a really nice support level, okay? And at this support level, look at this daily candle that we got, right? So buyers and sellers, we actually touched on this yesterday, right? So buyers and sellers just didn't know what to do with themselves, right? Once you've had such a big move up and such a big move down, buyers and sellers are like, what the F is going on, right? And then we don't know who's going to win, right? Will sellers win? Will buyers win? Until this candle happens, right? Now we know buyers have won, right? And they're bouncing off a support level, again, in a daily uptrend, right? We are. So that's the reason I was looking for buys. And, because of this big move down, I'm not looking to, take price up to hit. Well, I say I'm not looking to do that. With the trade that I've taken today, I'm just looking to take price to this alarm, basically, okay? But I will let some profit run as well. So yeah, that's why I'm buying oil. And if we drop down to the H4, guys, we just got a really nice bullish reaction, right? So if we just follow the H4, we was in this ranging crappy market, and then bang, bang, in an uptrend, right? Broke these highs, higher highs, price retraced nicely. Then we got a nice bullish candle, and I basically entered here, right? So I started buying the market here. I put my stop loss below here, and I'm looking for 1:1. Once I get 1:1, I will take some, or sorry, not when, that's very presumptuous. If, you know, it hits target and I get 1:1, then I will take 80%, yeah, most likely, and then let some profit run. And that's the only trade I'm in, guys. You know, we've got NFPs coming out, right? You know, I don't want to be going too crazy today, but yeah, we're in oil. What else did I want to show you? Okay, so yeah, let me just show you that on the Discord, guys. So in the VIP Discord, as you know by now, this is where I put my trades. All right, so yeah, entry, stop loss, take profit. Let's see how this one plays out, right? And guys, yeah, if you want access to my trade ideas, then please come join the VIP Discord. Another one I wanted to show you is this. I really like the look of Euro Swiss franc. I really do. If we go to the day chart, we are basically in a range, right? We're basically seeing this and that. We're basically in a range. We're ranging from here to here. And we have been since the 25th of April. Right, so, you know, April, May, June, almost 2 months we've been in a range, or over 2 months. And now look at these candles we're starting to get at the bottom of the range, right? So it makes sense that we could potentially take price back up to these highs here, right? And that's what I will be looking to do, right? If we look at the H4 chart, excuse me, I was just waiting. Let's pinpoint it with a resistance level. So all I was looking for, guys, you can see price has been reacting through here, right? Support, support, resistance, resistance. It's a good level, right? Because it's been touched many times, right, by price. And then all I'm waiting for, guys, if this H4 candle stays broken, even if it looks like this, right? Like I say, we've got what we've got, just over 50 minutes, and this candle will finish. I will start buying here and putting my stop loss below here. All right. But obviously, we've got a lot of news coming out. Anything could happen. Price could do that. Price could do this. But what I really want is nothing to happen. And we just get a nice H4 candle that looks like that. So there you go, guys. That is everything that I am looking at right now. Right, let's see who is in the house. Michael, good afternoon, Michael. How are you, mate? Cynical, how are you? Gin here, good. Cynical's on the gin. Nice. And Cynical, you're in America. So it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. That is aggressive drinking right there. I only start drinking gin from 9 a.m. Luigi, hi Luigi, how are you? Aussie Trev, hey, hey. Lily, how are you? Lily, the lady with the questions. And HD, how are you, mate? Welcome everyone to the live stream. Yeah, today's live stream, guys. Again, if you've got any questions, please don't forget to ask them. It can be to do with anything to do with trading whatsoever. Yeah, so don't be shy, guys. Ask as many questions as you like. If there's any pair you want me to analyze or anything whatsoever, please let us know. But today really is going to be dominated by all this news, right? That is an abundance of news. And the fact that it's coming out early and it's 4th of July tomorrow, it just makes me think things could go a little crazy, more crazier than usual. I'm probably going to get egg on my face when the news does nothing, but we shall see, right? We'll take a look at a couple of US dollar majors and see the reaction there. Right. Parandeep. Views on US dollar yen. Okay, Parandeep, let's do that. Let's take a look at US dollar Japanese yen. So let's do a top. In fact, I'll tell you what we haven't done for a while is do analysis together, right? So let's do analysis together as one big happy family, right? So here we go. So everyone, guys, get involved. Okay, you know the drill by now. We're going to look at the weekly chart for US dollar yen, then the daily, then the H4, right? See if we've got a trade. But we're going to start with the weekly. And the question is, looking at the weekly chart, would you buy, sell, or stay out of this market? So everyone right now, please get your answers in. Would you buy, sell, or stay out of US dollar yen weekly chart? While you do that, I'm going to have a drink with Cynical, a drink of gin. Right, Aussie Trev, straight in, stay out. Anyone else? Parandeep would sell. Look, Lucky, we'll take a look at gold in a minute. M23 would stay out. Mike would sell. HD would sell. Luigi would sell. Cynical would stay out. Yeah, a bit of a range. Right. Okay. So the people have spoken, right? You are the people. And it's basically sell or stay out, right? Now, I would agree with that. Yeah, but you're probably thinking, Tom, close it down a little bit. But yeah, I'm not buying it. Simple as that, right? So again, when we do this, guys, all I do is look at the facts on the chart. So I'm going to give you the facts, right? And then we're going to use those facts to make a logical decision, right? That's what I do all day, every day. I do that in my normal life as well, right? You collect information and make logical decisions, hopefully. Unless you've had a few gins, then logic goes out of the window. But yeah, right. So let's look at the facts. So what are we looking at? We are in a weekly downtrend. Okay, this is where we're at. So we're definitely in a downtrend. Lower highs, right? Lower lows. Okay. Now, I see this here, but we can't really class this as anything yet because this is the last significant low, right? But we need to be aware of it. But this is the last significant low down here, right? And we also know, if we zoom out, that this is very good support, right? Historically, very good support. Okay, it is good support. So we're in a downtrend. We're bouncing off of a resistance level, right? Fact. We're bouncing off the moving average 20. Fact. We have a nice big bearish weekly candle. Fact, right? I would sell it, right? I would sell this back down to these lows. Because this low has formed, I may even take some profit at that low, right? And we're not quite there yet. Look, we can see that hasn't quite got there yet. So weekly, I would say, is a sell. Okay, I can understand why you're saying stay out, because perhaps you're seeing these lower highs, right? But for me, that's still a sell. Okay, and that's just me basing it on the facts on the chart, right? So let's do the same again, right? Let's have a look at the day chart now, and I'm going to ask you the same question, right? So same question, okay? On the day chart, would you buy, sell, or stay out of this market? So everyone right now, guys, leave your answer. And guys, don't be shy. There's no such thing as a wrong answer. And if you do give a wrong answer, we will pinpoint your answer and show it to everyone and take the mickey. I'm only joking. We wouldn't do that. Okay, so Follow Run Show is currently shorting US dollar yen. Okay, so he's seeing a sell trade. But Mike would sell, Kibria would stay out, HD would stay out, Aussie Trev would stay out, Luigi would sell, Riz Gold, please, when you're ready. Yeah, we're going to look at gold, Riz, just after this. Lily would buy. Parandeep would sell. And Cynical would sell. All right, so interesting. We've got sells, buys, and stay outs. Right, so this is more of a mixed bag. Okay, and I agree that it should be more of a mixed bag. Now, what I should do is put this level in. Right, you can clearly see through here that prices reacted at this level. And even if I drag it left, you can see prices reacted here before, right? This is a pretty good level, but I didn't want to put it in. I wanted you to assess it first, right? And Mohammed would sell as well, right? But this is a good support level. Touched, 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 right? Even if I drag it left, touched, right? This is a good level, okay? And then, again, right? I'm not going to give you opinion. I'm going to give you facts, right? And this is how you want to trade, guys. Don't form opinions, right? You know when you hear some things, you're like, oh, I think the ECB is going to start reducing interest rates, or I've heard Europe are going to start spending a load of money on defense, right? Don't let all that crap interfere with your thinking. Do not form an opinion. I have no opinion on US dollar or Japanese yen apart from the one that the charts have given me, right? So let's look at the facts, right? We are here. And that's where we're at. So if you look at this, we're getting slightly higher lows, not much in it, obviously, and we're getting higher highs. We are in an uptrend. Fact, right? There's no gray area. Fact. Okay. We are also at a nice support level, right? Fact. Okay, now the candles are conflicting. Yeah, this is a red candle but has quite a bullish wick. This is a green candle but has quite a bearish wick. There is indecision in these wee parts. Don't know what I'm saying there. So there's indecision here, right? Nothing, if anything, right, because we're in an uptrend and we're at a support level, if I got a nice big bullish candle, I would suggest buying US dollar Japanese yen. But that's only on the daily. Okay. But we haven't got that. So because we have these candles that are just conflicting, they're confused, right? I would stay out. Right. So if you think about that, you've got a weekly, and this is the process I go through every day, guys, right? So on the weekly, it was a sell trade for me, right? And on the daily, we're in an uptrend. So that goes against the weekly idea, but it's really a stay out for me. So those combined are a stay out. Okay. So let's try and understand this indecision. You'll probably see it better on the H4, right? Okay, so I would be tempted, right, to buy US dollar yen on the H4, right? This is where we're at. Okay, let's put that in. This is where we're at, right? If we got a break of these highs, let's say we get a nice bullish candle based on that. Okay, on the H4, that would be looking like a good buy trade, right? But again, I'm just showing you what I would look for on the H4. I want to stay out of this pair. But if I was going to buy this pair, I would need to see that happen, a bullish candle breaking these highs, right? Then I would start buying here, put my stop loss below here, and take it higher, right? Alternatively, if we got a break of that low and we got a nice big bearish candle, then there's not much room, to be fair, but there's a high probability we're going to make it back down to these lows. So I'm not interested in this price action at the moment. You know, we're pretty much tracking the moving average 20. You know, let price move away from it one way or the other. And then I would be interested in US dollar yen. And obviously, you know, we've got news coming out in 10 minutes. It could go apeshit. Who knows, right? Right. What else did we want to look at? So we had, where were we? So we had, Lucky wanted to look at gold on the 15-minute. 15-minute, Lucky, are you mad? And we also had Riz wanting to look at gold. All right, so let's take a look at gold, guys. Before I do, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. While you smash the like button, I'm going to have a drink of gin. Also, guys, please do not forget to come join our trading community, right? We've got the free Discord channel, right? You can just come in, join it. It's free. You can talk to like-minded traders. You can share knowledge, ideas. You can have a chit chat about whatever you like, right? So please come join our free Discord. You can just use the QR code on the screen right now. And also above my head, guys, if you join our free Discord, we'll also give you 50% off our trading course right now. And that course has like over 10 hours of content, guys. I've poured everything into it. So please go check it out. It's well worth it, I must say. I think it's too cheap, to be honest with you. But there you go. The editor. Yeah, we've disagreed. What else, guys? Also, please don't forget to come check out our website. If you want access to all of our premium trading education, including the course, including the mentorship program where I coach you one-on-one, and the VIP Trading Academy. If you're interested in any of those things, please go check out the website, www.simply-forex.com. All the links, I hope, are below, or you'll find them on our YouTube page. Right, gold. You are gold. Right, weekly chart. Okay, we're in an uptrend. Right, fact. Okay, we're at resistance. Fact. From resistance, we're getting bearish candles. Fact. Okay, so we're in an uptrend, but we're getting bearish candles. Right, so there's a little bit of conflict on gold, but you can see my target here, guys. I still think this has room to the downside and perhaps testing the moving average 20, right? Because it keeps bouncing off this resistance and we've had nice bearish candles, okay? I also think we have room to the downside because of the daily chart, right? And well, I shouldn't say words like think. I don't think my analysis has shown me. That's the better phrasing that I should use. Now, as you can see here, guys, we was in a nice uptrend, right? And then basically, bang, this is where we're at. We've broken this last low. We're now getting lower lows. We are in a downtrend. Now, all we're looking for is signs of the next lower high, right? Could it be around the moving average 20? Quite possibly, right? But what I want to see now, guys, is a bearish candle. So again, you know, this bearish candle, you know, it's gold against the US dollar. this gold against the US dollar, this, we could get a very bearish candle today off the back of that news. So if we end up, I don't know, with a candle that looks, something like that, nice big bearish candle, excuse my candle, I've been drinking, right? If we get, my God, I'm making this candle worse. Let me color it in. A 3-year-old could draw better than that. But if we get a nice big bearish daily candle like that, I think we have room back down to these lows, if not all the way back down to these lows over here. All right, but let's see, right? That is what I'm looking for. Whether I get that or not, I have no control over. The market will tell me. All right, so that's what I'm seeing with gold. Let's go down to some of the lower time frames, because Lucky wanted to look at the 15-minute chart, right? But this is I think this is an old alarm. Now this is just about in an uptrend, because we had this, right, downtrend, and then we broke it, right? We just about broke these highs with that candle. So we are in an uptrend, right? But it's in a daily downtrend, so I want to sell it. So really, guys, I want to see, perhaps something like this. We get a nice level form here. We get a break. Then I'd be interested in selling gold back down to here. All right, I think we'll have a nice trade on our hands if that plays out like that. All right. I'm going to look at the 15-minute Lucky, but if I start sweating, right, and coming out in hives, then it's your fault. But I mean, M15 chart, we're in a downtrend, right? It's stopped making lower lows. That would worry me. We've retraced to the moving average 20. It's in a downtrend. But really, if you look at the H4, I mean, or if you look at the hourly, you need to have a break of at least that level, right? For you to start considering any sells, you need at least a break of that, right? But 15-minute chart, I'm not really interested, guys, really. So there you go, guys. I hope that helps you on gold. Riz, couldn't have put it better myself, Riz. Reacting, not, well, yes, reacting, not predicting. That's trading. Your job as a trader, must be aware of the news. We've got 2 minutes left, right? Your job as a trader is to make a business decision with every trade. So like any business decision, you collect the data and then you decide if it would be a good trade to invest in or not, right? And it's as simple as that. That's what I do. I look at the facts according to price action, and then I make a decision based on those facts. Do I want to buy it? Do I want to sell it? If the answer to both of those are no, then I stay out of the market. Right? Simple as that. Okay, so yeah, react, not predict. Adnan, hello Adnan. Tom, I'm a bit late. Adnan, there will be punishment for anyone who is late. Okay, so the editor will be around your house. I'm only joking. Okay. So fuller run show, it looks like a descending triangle. What does? Please let me know. Cynical likes a bit of Tanqueray. Is that how you say it? London gin. I know the make. It's what I prefer, actually. Okay, very nice. Without sounding super whatever, I really like strawberry flavored gin. It's not the most masculine drink in the world, but I like it with a drop of soda. Cynical, best community around. Thank you very much, Cynical. I will pay you later. Fuller Run Show saying the US dollar yen looks like a descending triangle. Okay, let's look at that after the news, right? We've got the news in about 5 seconds, guys. Let's see what happens to the US dollar. My God, that is US dollar strength like you've never seen before. Okay, not doing much. Okay, let's have another. No, we don't. No, I'm going off anyway. Let's have a look at Euro US dollar. Let's have a look at Aussie dollar US dollar. Right, so massive US dollar strength here. We mean massive. You know, it felt about time that some US dollar strength had to come into the market. Okay, so let's take a look at why. So, but a mixed bag, really, right? But worse than expected, worse than expected, worse than expected. The big ones, better than expected. Non-farm payrolls, a lot better than expected. And then we got some negative news. Unemployment rate has gone down by 0.2%. It's quite a big deal. Okay, so I can understand why we're getting some strength in the US dollar. It's mainly because of these figures and this, right? The employment figures are looking very good indeed. Okay. Right, so there you go, guys. US dollar strength. Again, you know, not going to jump into anything, right? It's Friday, the 4th of July tomorrow. We're seeing some US dollar strength initially. Let's see how it finishes. But yeah, we're not jumping into anything. Let's have a look at that Euro Swiss franc trade that I like the look of. Okay, so all right, not much happening there. We still might get that bullish H4 candle that I was looking for. Let's wait and see. Let's have a look at US dollar yen, because a few of us were looking at US dollar yen. US dollar is absolutely flying. What's another trade I was looking at? I was looking at Aussie dollar yen. Okay, so, okay, that's shooting up. What else was I looking at? Let's have a look at gold. Okay, so gold, right? We were looking for a sell trade, as we just mentioned. If we get a nice break of this level, right, gold could be looking good for a sell. It's a big if, though, guys, right? I'm not going to make any split decisions now. I want to see a bearish candle close below that level. God, my candles are getting worse, right? But if we get something like that, we've only got half an hour to wait. Then okay, I think we've got a good trade on our hands. Obviously, I just want to keep an eye on oil, right? So that's still shooting up, so that's all good there as well. Yeah, all right. So yeah, just a real strength in the US dollar at the moment. Let's have a look at US dollar CAD. Yeah, because US dollar CAD was something I was still potentially looking to sell, right? It's still got this room back down to these lows here. But do I want to sell it off the back of that news? Maybe, right? It's still, I'm still just going to follow my system, guys, right? The news has come out, obviously, big US dollar strength, but, you know, give it another 4 hours, give it 8 hours. You might end up with a big rejection wick here, right? And then US dollar, Canadian dollar is still a nice sell trade for me, right? Right now, it's not. You know, and if we continue to get bullish candles off the back of that, then obviously it's not, right? But in 4 hours, 8 hours time, if it still sets up, I will take that trade. But initially, guys, far better than expected NFPs, and we're seeing US dollar strength off the back of that. Right, let's take a few more questions. A descending triangle. Let's have a look at US dollar yen. Let's have a look at a chart pattern. A descending triangle. On the H4 maybe. I'm not really seeing a descending triangle. I'm seeing like a downward channel on the H4 on US dollar yen. On the daily, if anything, this is holding and we're seeing a wedge. Yeah, not really seeing Okay, this is maybe the ascending triangle you're talking about. Okay, but chart patterns, guys, everything can be explained with chart patterns with price action, right? I've actually done a tutorial on it. Check it out. What else we've got here? Okay. Right, Adnan, can you do euro pound if you haven't yet? I sold at the top of the highest H4 wick. So far it's going good, but I think the price will wait for EMA 20 and to catch up and continue up. So Adnan, right? Now there's many ways to skin a cat, right? Don't skin cats. I should stop using that analogy. There's many ways to cook an egg, right? And there are like 20 billion strategies online, okay, when it comes to trading, right? There is. Now, I know I always bang on about this, but any strategy must be built on good understanding and foundations of price action understanding. Is that a good sentence? I'm not sure. But you must know price action before you look at any strategy, right? You can add stuff to price action if you want. I don't. I try to keep it as simple as possible, but you can if you want, but focus on price action, right? Now, what Adnan has done has literally started selling here, right, on the top of this wick, right, according to his message, right? Now, happy days, right? You're nicely in profit. But what you have done is you have tried to pick a top. And I've tried everything in trading, right? I've tried the most complex shit in the world. I've tried the most simplest shit. And the simplest shit works, right? Now, also one thing I tried to do was catch bottoms and tops. Okay? I'd say to myself, oh my God, price is so overextended, it's got to have a retrace, right? Or, you know, you might get one in the opposite direction. You might get one like this. You're like, right, price has come down so low, I'm going to trade, you know, I'm going to pick the bottom. But the truth of the matter is, picking tops and bottoms is very, very difficult to do. Very difficult, right? And also, sometimes you get this big bearish reaction, right? And then price still does that and takes you out because it's in an uptrend. So generally speaking, guys, don't be in the business of trying to catch tops or bottoms. It's bloody difficult, right? Because, I mean, if we just do sort of a textbook answer, right? You know, we see this, right? You know, how do you know, this is the top, right? It's in an uptrend. If anything, it wants to go higher. It wants to go with trend. So it's quite risky trying to take price against trend and picking a top, right? Whereas if you know price is in an uptrend and then it's retraced to a nice previous level of resistance, now support, that's really easy to trade because you've got information on the chart to support your idea, right? We're in an uptrend. We know this was good resistance, so it could become good support, right? Another reason to buy it. You know, we've probably got a bullish candle in here. There's lots of reasons to take it. Whereas me just pulling the trigger in here and starting selling because price is flying up, I think is a little bit, what's the right word? It's just difficult to do, right? I've tried it. I've tried to pick tops, take it low. I've tried to pick bottoms, take it higher, right? It's so difficult to do. Whereas this, I'm not saying it's easy. Of course it's not. Trading's not easy. But this is, like logical shit, right? Me selling up here is not logical shit. I don't know why I'm saying shit a lot today, but who cares? It's Thursday. It's Friday the 4th tomorrow, 4th of July. Not American, but, let's say shit a lot today. So there you go. That's what I would say about that, Adnan. Yeah, it's difficult to do. Okay. Right, what else are we looking at? Right, Mark's late. Also, there'll be some, the editor will be around your house if anyone turns up late. Right, HD. Okay, this is an interesting question, right? Hi, Niraj. Just saying hello. Hi, Thomas. Hello. Right, HD. If I miss the entry on oil, can we reattempt to enter long on a pullback to support? Okay, it's a good question, right? So let's have a look at oil, right? Oil is going nicely in the direction I want. I bought oil today, okay? Now, two things, right? So we've already had a pullback, right? We was in this and we're talking about entries here, right? We've already looked at weekly and daily, and we know we want to buy oil. But now we're going to look at entries. Okay. Now, before we do, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Also, guys, please use the QR code on the screen, and then you can come join our wonderful trading community. You can talk to like-minded traders, share knowledge, ideas, have a chit chat. So come join the free Discord. We'll give you 50% off the course right now if you do as well. Also, guys, if you want access to all of our premium trading education, including my mentorship program, including the course, and including the VIP Trading Academy, please go check out the website www.simply-forex.com. So let's go back here, right? So we're in this just consolidation, right? And then bang, we broke it, right? Straight away, I'm interested, okay? I wait for a retrace. I get a nice candle. I've entered. I show you this every live stream. This is pretty much my bread and butter, right? Butter. Please pronounce your T's, Tom. You can tell what part of the world I'm from by the way I say butter. Anyway, right? So I've waited for this pullback. We've got a nice bullish candle. I've started buying in here. And because it's oil, I've put my stop loss below these lows in here, right? Oil's been volatile. I want to give it a bit of room. Now, HD's question is what can we do? Price is up here now, right? What can we do if we want to enter oil now? So it's a good question, right? So you could enter now, right? You could start buying now, but you put your stop below here and the moving average 20, right? So you're probably risking about the same as what I was anyway. It's just that price has moved up. So you could, if we're starting to see bullish candles, right? As long as we can put our stop loss below a logical level, right? And also like to put it below the moving average 20, right? You could start buying now, right? But there are other ways, right? You could say to yourself, right, we're here. If price, what I would then do is this, okay? If we go down to the H1, I would then ask myself, right, where could we start buying from? And really, again, the moving average 20. And we're getting a nice bullish bounce off that level already. There's also these highs in here. So you could say to yourself, right, if price makes it, because we've got this level here, if price makes its way back down to the moving average 20, I'll also buy in here, right? Put my stop below here, okay? You could drop to the lower time frames and find a good reason to take the trade. And then the fourth, I don't know, third way, fourth way, I'm not sure what I'm on, is this, right? If you get a nice H4 candle that breaks this level, look at the state of my candles today, right? That is a continuation of trend. You've broken this high, and that confirms this level as a new higher low. So what you could do is just wait, say to yourself, right, if price drops back again to this high, I would consider buying it, stops below here. But it all depends on where your target is and how much room you have to move into. Now, with oil, we know there's a shed load of room to move into, right? So you've got a bit of leeway with oil. right? Or again, if we got a H4 candle and we broke this level, right? You could then pop down to the H1, right? Let's say next candle looks like this, right? And we've broken the H4. Moving average 20s down here. You say, well, if price retraces in and around here, I'll start buying in here. Not wait for a bullish reaction, just start buying in there. Stops below here. But really, it all depends on, let's say where my target is, there is a daily resistance level, right? There isn't, but let's say there is. Then you're limited, right? Because, you know, if price starts breaking this, right, you can't start buying in here and put your stop loss here because the risk to reward skewed. So then I would let that dictate. All I would do is, this is my stop loss. This is my TP. Oil's looking really good. It's in an uptrend. And just say to yourself, right, look, there's TP. There's my stop loss. There's the halfway level. That means right there I can start buying because that is where I get 1:1. And that's the minimum you want. All right, guys. So, yeah. Thank you very much for joining me once again on the live stream. I do appreciate it, guys. RIP Diego Jota. Please don't forget to join me next week. I think we're posting a YouTube vid literally after the live stream today. So please don't forget to check that out. Have a great rest of your trading week. Please come join us for the live streams next week as well. Mucho love. Adios, amigos.